Today I'm going to be showing you how to make a Ceramide Retinol Night Moisturizer. This is personally one of my favorite products I've made recently, and I highly recommend this if you're looking for an anti-aging night moisturizer. I'll be making a 100-gram batch today, and I'm going to be starting with the water phase. For the water phase, you will need distilled water, glycerin, and ceramide complex. I started with 50 grams of distilled water in this beaker. Then I'm adding in 4 grams of glycerin, which acts as a humectant to help hydrate the skin, followed by 5 grams of ceramide complex. Ceramide restores the protective barrier function of the skin and offers enhanced delivery and exchange of skin lipids. It is especially suited for dry skin, aging skin, and sensitive skin. I'll be sure to link down in the description box to all the ingredients and equipment I used in this video. Next is the oil phase. You will need Montano 68 MB, cetyl alcohol, rosehip oil, and shea butter. I'm combining them all in this 250 milliliter glass beaker. I used 5 grams of Montano 68 MB, which serves as an emulsifier, 3 grams of cetyl alcohol, which acts as an emollient, stabilizer, and thickener, 10 grams of rosehip oil, which is high in vitamin A and C, and it moisturizes the skin, and 5 grams of shea butter, which serves as an excellent moisturizer. Cover both phases with foil and heat using a water bath. I filled a pan with about an inch of water and placed both beakers in it and put the pan over heat. Heat both phases until all the solids are melted and both phases are around the same temperature. Do not let the water phase go over 80 degrees Celsius, as this is too high for the ceramide complex. The reason we're adding the ceramide complex in the heated phase rather than the cool down phase is because ceramide complex has a tendency to thin out emulsions when added during the cool down phase. So while both phases are heating, let's start on the cool down phase. You want to start with distilled water, Liquidermal Plus, D-L-panthenol, and oat protein. This won't be all the ingredients in the cool down phase, but we gotta work with these first. So in this small beaker here, I have 10 grams of distilled water and 0.5 grams of Liquidermal Plus. Liquidermal Plus acts as our preservative. Then I'm adding in 2 grams of oat protein, which helps condition and soften the skin. Then I'm adding in 2 grams of D-L-panthenol and mixing that in until it dissolves. Lastly, for the cool down phase, I'm adding in 3 grams of an oil-soluble retinol liposome. Retinol can reduce fine lines and wrinkles, fade age spots, soften skin, and even fight acne. So I'm also adding in 0.5 grams of vitamin E, which serves as an antioxidant. Once both phases are done heating, you can pour the water phase into the oil phase and mix with a high shear mixer. Then come back periodically and mix it again as it cools. Once cooled to 40 degrees Celsius, add in the cool down phase. I added in a little at a time and mixed it in before I added in more. Once everything is fully combined, let it return to room temperature and you can package your moisturizer in a jar. So I forgot to actually record me taking the pH of this product, but the natural pH fell at 5.9, which is perfect because retinol is most active in a pH between 5.5 and 6. So no pH buffer is needed for this formula. I've been really enjoying this moisturizer as it is exactly what I'm looking for in a nighttime moisturizer. And I love how moisturizing and hydrating it is without making my skin greasy. It also absorbs very quickly into my skin. So I also made a label for this moisturizer, and if you guys would like to learn how I make my labels, I'll link to a video in the description box that explains how I make mine. I will also link to a video in my description box to a video that talks about the FDA guidelines for labeling cosmetics sold on the market. So if you plan on selling cosmetics, that video will be really informative. And there you go. That's the finished Ceramide Retinol Night Moisturizer. So let's take a look at the formula. By using the formula, you can scale your recipe to however much you want to make. If you didn't know, formulas for making cosmetics are written in percents. Then you use those percents to create your recipe. If you aren't sure how to transfer a formula written in percents to a recipe in grams, I will link to a video in my description box that explains exactly how to do that. I will also link to my Patreon, which has a blog post that goes right along with this video. The blog post includes the formula, written directions, substitutions, explanations on why I'm using each ingredient, in a downloadable PDF file so you can print out the recipe. I also post 2 exclusive videos on my Patreon every month. So with all that said, let's move on to the Patreon shoutouts. At Stardust Bath & Body, Nature's Farm Girl, Kennedy's Essentials, LettsBlend, Creative with Love, Wildflower, Heartfelt Beauty, KAJ Bath & Body, Blue Mint Soaps, Say Tara, Salt Air Label, Lenise Beauty, Shark City Naturals, Ohana Lay, Danny Botanicals, Eclectic Beauty Cosmetics, EC Naturals, at Nino55, Burrita Skincare, B. Marie Skin, Kay's Spa Soap, Kay and Cool, Himpy Girl, and Brie Maquillage. I also sell skincare products myself over on Etsy. I'll have my Etsy shop link down below, along with all my lovely patrons, so go check them out. I hope you all enjoyed today's recipe. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I hope to talk to you guys in my next video. Later!
I'm stuck in the motions. I've been consumed by the wrath of time, like I'm frozen. I'm shattered in this life. It's still the path that I've chosen. Because I've had a vision, now I'm on a mission to find myself.